Hello, everybody. Welcome to yesterday's mistake, where we talk about real life examples, real life stories, so that we do not have to commit the same mistakes that other people committed. So, today's story is a very sad one. It is a story of a very respectable man of God, a respected pastor who dedicated his life for the ministry. He took care of his sheep. He took care of his flock. He took care of his congregation and of his family, but neglected the one thing that meant so much. Neglected that one thing that meant so much to him. And that was, we'll talk about that later. So this is a pastor. This pastor is a pastor that has been pastoring his church for many years. He's been a very faithful servant in the work of God, doing ministry, traveling here and there, inviting people into his church to come and preach the word of God. And he too, he was going to many places preaching the word of God. But what did he do? That was not right. He took care, as I was saying, he took care of the sheep. He took care of his congregation. He took care of his flock because he was a very lovely pastor. Whenever people had problems, they would go to him and he would pray for them. Whenever anybody was in distress, who did they call? Pastor D. Whenever they were looking for situations, who did they refer to? Pastor D. So he was the one that will help them to solve their problem. And he would be on the phone to pray with the people. He would go extra mile for everyone. And so the people loved him. But as I said, there was one thing that meant so much for him. He took care of every other person, of every other thing, except this one thing that meant so much. And what is that one thing? His own very health. He neglected his own health. So he was diagnosed, I think he was diabetic or had high blood pressure. And his wife told him that he needs to go for medical checkup. But he just like most men would do, he was like, no, he's fine, he's okay. And every time the wife would keep pestering him that you need to go and follow up with your health. You need to go for medical checkup. But he kept brushing it away under the assumption that no, he's fine. No, everything is okay. No, God is in control. I'm healed. I'm okay. There's nothing wrong with me. And that's a warning. A lot of men, please take care of your health, because a lot of men do not really go for medical checkup. They leave it until it's too late. Then by the time they go, they diagnose a problem, they say it's already at a later stage and there's not much they can do. So this pastor neglected his health and the wife kept pressuring him to go, but he just kept brushing it off and he wouldn't go for medical checkup because for him, so long he was strong, he was healthy, he believed that he was healthy, he was doing everything around, even though he was a high blood pressure or diabetic patient, one of those. But as he was not feeling any symptoms, he believed that he was fine, you know. And so only lo and behold, this particular faithful Sunday, everybody came to church. It was a lovely Sunday and everything was going on as normal. The choir people came and sang. The worshippers came, the people came, he greeted everyone, and everybody was happy. Things were going okay, until it was time for Pastor D to climb the pulpit and to preach. And he went there with zeal. He was okay. He was looking flamboyant. He was looking okay, very strong. And he started ministering the word, and it was a powerful word that was coming out from the altar. People were blessed. But right in the middle of the preaching, as he was preaching, he suddenly fell down right in front of everybody on the pulpit. And what happened? He died right there. Right there. As he collapsed, as he fell down, the church was in panic. People were wondering what's happening. And by the time they came to him, they saw that he had gone. And they tried to resuscitate him, but it was not working. The ambulance came, but it was already too late. He died just right there in front of his church, his congregation, because he neglected his health. That's a sad story. He neglected his health. Please, the mistake here that a lot of people are committing, a lot of men in particular, I'm sharing this story for men. Please take care of your health. Learn from other people's mistake. We do not want another people. We don't want many more pastors falling in front of the pulpit and dying. Please, because when the diagnoses were done, they realized that it was as a result, or it was of his high blood pressure, that he fell down and died. But this is something that could have been controlled through drugs. It's something that could have been controlled just him taking his medication. We would not have lost him so soon. And do you think God will be happy that you come to heaven prematurely when there's still work for you to do here on earth? So please, men of God, whatever it is that you're doing, I know that Jesus died for us. By his stripes we are healed, but you still have the responsibility to take care of your health. A little exercise profited. Okay? So you still have to take care of your health. Profited little. It profited the body, even though it's little, but it still profit the body. So you need to do some exercise, you need to go to the doctors and take care of your health, do medical checkup, so that we do not have any more pastors falling down and dying on the pulpit. So I hope we've learned something today. Please take care of your health. That is what you cannot replace. Once it's gone, it's gone. We only have one life. Once it's gone, it's gone. So do not make this costly mistake that this pastor made by neglecting his health. Please take care. I believe we'll all learn something new today. Take care till we meet again. Shalom.